Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's episode is just I need some more quick stuff. So I thought, well, actually, this is how this came about, right? So my husband and I, when we go shopping or we go to town, we always drive by these barns or sheds or garages that'll have quilt blocks on it, and that's how the quilters are like, hey, I'm a quilter. They have the quilt block on their garage, and I thought, well, for a crocheter, that'd be a granny square. And then my thought process went from, I wish I could make a big granny square like that. Well, I could make a little one that we could just wear. Granny square pin. And that's how I come up with today's tutorial. So it's super easy. I mean, you guys know how to make a granny square. If you don't, I got you. Don't worry about it. But what I did something a little different. I have a bunch of embroidery floss that I got from a rummage sale, and then a friend gave me some. So what I did, this is literally what I did. I took my embroidery floss pile, and not all of them, but the one we make in the tutorial, and this one, I think, I actually just put my hand in, grabbed a little skein, and went with that color. This one is hideous. I do not like that at all. I'm probably just going to end up putting that on something and letting it sit there. But anyway, they're super easy it's super easy to work with. There's two ways we can use this. So this one, this one, this one, and this one is... So when you take your embroidery floss, for those of you that don't know, you can go like this, tap the top of it, and there's 6 strands in there. So for the ones that have more than 3 rounds, I used the 3 strands. So I'll just show you right here. So I'll take that, and I hit it, and I grab 3 in one hand and 3 in the other. Make sure you have 3 in each. And then with the weight of the skein, I just pull the 3 apart, and it wants to twist really bad. So you have to go nice and slow, pull out a little at a time. Don't pull out a whole bunch. And then once you got your 3 strands, then use your 1mm crochet hook for the 3 strands. But if you're going to use all 6 of the strands at once, that's this one, this one, this one, and this one, then use a 1.75. Now I wanted to use my 2mm, but I cannot find it, so 1.75 is just what I used. I would recommend a 2mm, but doesn't matter. Then you are going to need, I have this pack of shirt pin things. I'll put the link in. Oh no, that one's broke. I'll put the link in the description box for you guys where I got these. The pin, if you can see right here, like this one. See the little divots? The pin just pops right back in there, so it's not a huge deal. But I have a pack of these little pins. And then, of course, good old handy dandy E6000 glue. That is a industrial strength adhesive, so it's perfect. Alright, so that's all you're going to need. And I have these on a hat. I have them on my cup, on my little tumbler. I have them on my blue jean jacket, which you saw in the thumbnail picture. I even have one on so I'm going to just tell you guys a story really quick. My husband and I went to the mall to in a couple towns over. And we were just kind of shopping around. We weren't looking for anything important. And I go into the store, and I am very particular with my tennis shoes. I have like one pair of tennis shoes that I like, and they're black. Not all black, but they're black. And I thought, I'd like to have a white pair. So I was looking around, and I found a white pair that was originally $80. And they were on clearance for $30. And I was like, oh, I kind of feel like I can't pass this up. So I made one of these granny squares using, you guys are gonna freak out, using sewing thread. I'll insert a picture here of the little granny square I made that I hung from my shoe, but I sewed it, or I crocheted it with a 0.5. Oh, I don't have it here. I don't remember where I put it. well, there's my 0.75, but my 0.5 millimeter crochet hook and a light that has a magnifying glass on it. And then I used a pair of glasses that I have that has a bifocal in it. Anyway. Okay, so get your guys' supplies together and let's get started. Like I said, this is just a super easy one that I needed a filler tutorial, so here we go. All right, you guys can wear these all over and let everybody know you're crocheters. Oh, hang them on your purse too. That'd be cool. Okay, I'm done yapping. Let's get started. Okay, so to get started, I'm just going to turn my head and reach in here and grab a color. I got yellow. Okay, so I'm going to find my end. Dun, 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 dun. Really? Usually they're always sticking out. How about I just grab? There, got one. All right. So like I said in the intro, you can pick these apart or you can just use the whole strand. So if you're going to pick it apart, you just take your strand. I get you guys real close and you just tap on the bottom. You just keep tapping and it'll eventually, you'll be able to see all 6 of the strands. And then you can just pull 3 off. Well, I'll just show you. And then just keep pulling like that. Now you got to go slow or it's going to twist on itself. Or you can take your skein and hang it like that and let the weight of the skein help unravel the strands. That helps a lot. But if you are going to go through the whole strand, I wanted a 2mm hook, and for the life of me, I cannot find my 2mm hook. I have no idea where it's at. But I found a 1.75, and I thought that's good enough. But if you are going to, if you're going to split the strands and just use 3, then I would use a 1mm hook. All right, so let's get a slip knot on our hook, and as always, make sure you have plenty of tail to weave in. And we're going to start with a chain of 5. 4, 5. I'm going to come down to this first chain and slip stitch and chain 1. Then I'm going to find the hole. So my crochet hooks come with these little caps. So what I like to do is just put something in that hole, and then I'm going to pull my tail to tighten down that first chain, just like that. And then when I come back, move that, and now I can see perfectly where my hole is. All right, so now I'm going to work 3 double. I mean, pretty much this is just your run-of-the-mill granny square. The only difference is, obviously it's with embroidery floss, but I also, when I fasten off on each color change, I turn my work so that the row I just worked, the back of the double crochets are facing me. And the reason I do that is, 1, it gives it a tad bit more dimension, but 2, it also helps it keep that nice straight square. So I've got 3 double. I'm going to chain 2, go back in there with 3 double, and I am working over my tail. I should have mentioned that sooner. 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, back in there with 3 double, 1, 2, 3, chain 2. I have 1, 2, I had a bubble in my throat. I have 1, 2, 3 double. So I'm going to go back in there with 1 more set of 3 double crochet. Chain 2, And then I'm going to slip stitch to that first double, and you can see it right there. It's kind of, it looked a little longer than the rest of them, and it's kind of bent sideways. Slip stitch right into there. Chain one, pull up a loop, and cut. Oops. Pull that tail, and there is our first little square. So I'm going to weave in my ends later, but I'm going to turn my square over so that the back of the doubles that I just worked are facing me. And now I'm going to put my hand in the pile and grab my next color without looking, and it is orange. Go with it. All right. So I'm going to get a slip knot on my hook, and again, make sure you have plenty of tail to weave in. Now I don't want to attach into the same corner that I just slip stitched into, so I'm just going to go opposite of it. So right here is where I fastened off, so I'm just going to go right over here. Make sure the back of the double crochets are facing you. I'm going to go right in there with the slip stitch, chain one. Now I'm going to pull that tail to, to tighten that slip stitch. And I'm going to make sure I got it all the way slid over. I already chained one, so I'm just going to go right in there with 3 double, working over my tail. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2. Scooch that over as far as you can. Go right back in there with 3 more double. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to chain 2. Of course, I'm dropping everything. Not chain 2, I'm sorry, chain 1. Jump to that next chain 2 space, and we're going to work 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. Chain 2, go right back in there with 3 double. Chain 1, move my tails, jump right to that next chain 2 corner with 3 double. Chain 2, 3 double. Oop. Chain 1, jump to that last corner, and we're going to work the 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. Okay, now I'm just going to chain 1 and slip stitch to that very first double crochet, and you can see it right there, right in there. Slip stitch, ooh, I missed a strand. Chain 1 and pull up a loop and cut. And like I said, I'll weave in my ends later. So here is my 2 rounds, and now I'm going to turn it so that the round that I just completed, the back of the double crochets are facing me. And now I'm going to go in blind and pick my next color, which is going to be, ooh, that's pretty, it's like a rust. I like it. Very odd. And I don't see an end anywhere. Oh, there it is. All right, get a slip knot. Make sure you got enough tail to weave in. And I'm gonna go opposite of, well, maybe, yeah, I'm just gonna go opposite of where I fastened off. So I'm just gonna jump right over here. Go in with a slip stitch, chain 1, pull that tail, Working over that tail, I'm going to work my 3 double. Chain 2. I'm just going to slide this over as much as I can and go back in there with 3 double. Oop. There we go. Chain 1, and now into that chain 1 space, work your 3 double. Chain 1, jump to that next chain 2 space, the chain 2 corner, and we're going to work 3 double. Chain 2, scooch that over, go back in there with your 3 double. Chain 1, jump to that next chain 1 space and work your 3 double. And then of course you know your corner, 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. So I'm going to go ahead and let you finish this round off camera, or well, let you finish this round. I'm going to finish it off camera, and when I come back I'm going to have this round done, and I'm going to go ahead and weave in my ends. And we're pretty much done. All we got to do is use our E6000 and glue the back on, let it set overnight, and we're done. So I'm going to get this done real quick. That is so horrible. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my square done and I got all the ends weaved in. If you can see right there, I accidentally split that that strand, but that's all right. Okay, so once you have your square done and all your ends weaved in, you want to make sure that you are looking at the back of the very first and the very last round. So, you know, when you do the little ones like this, your first and your last round should be the same. So what it should always be odd number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't stop at 6, stop at 7. 8, don't stop at 8, go to 9. So it's an odd number of rounds. All right, so I'm going to set that down and I'm going to take my little pin here, and you can see this is where the pin is going to come out, like how it's curved right there. You see that? So I know that needs to go facing down, which it's a granny square. It's not that big of a deal. It's going to work either way. But I'm going to take my E6000, take my little pin, and I'm going to go from circle to circle, just dabbing a little bit on there, just like that. I'm going to take it and set it on that first row, give it a wiggle to get that glue in there nice and in the stitches and nice and all over the back. And I'm going to let that sit until tomorrow. Do not do anything with that until tomorrow, the next day. Smell it. My rule of thumb is if I can still smell the glue, it's not dry. Do not use it until that glue is dry. And kind of give it a little bit of a stretch. Make sure it's nice and pretty. And there is your little pin. Your granny square pin. I just made a few of these, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Wear these all over. I have them on hats. I have them on my blue jean jacket. I hope you guys enjoy. Hit that thumbs up if you did. Super easy, super quick little tutorial. Let me know what you guys think in the comment. Check out that description box, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.